Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang, Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. South Korea's central bank has kept its benchmark interest rate steady at 2.5%. The Bank of Korea announced the decision on Thursday morning following a monetary policy committee meeting. This is the sixth straight rate freeze by the central bank amid continued rising housing prices in the capital area and a weakened Korean won against the US dollar. The central bank also raised the expected growth rate for the current year to 2.0% from 1.8% due to rapid growth in chip exports. Meanwhile, the inflation rate this year was adjusted to 2.2% from 2.1% considering the weakened Korean won. South Korea's finance minister Yoon Chul pledged firm action against collusion and unfair trade practices involving essential consumer goods. At a special task force meeting on price management on Thursday, Yoon said he will step up inspections and on-site checks of key livelihood items. He underscored that firms suspected of price fixing will be subject to fines and other tough measures, and that the government will single out key items for special monitoring to identify the reasons for price hikes. For sugar and flour, which were at the center of recent price-fixing allegations, he said the government will ensure price stability extends to products that use them as raw materials. South Korea's tech giant Samsung Electronics unveiled its latest flagship smartphones at the Impact Conference in San Francisco on Wednesday local time. The Galaxy S26 series, including the Galaxy S26 Ultra, Galaxy S26 Plus, and Galaxy S26, emphasize an intuitive artificial intelligence experience that everyone can use. A key feature that reflects this is the Now nudge, which suggests actions based on context rather than waiting for explicit user commands. The latest AI also strengthens privacy protection. The Ultra model showcases a privacy display feature, the first of its kind on a mobile device, allowing users to restrict screen visibility. And to support these expanded AI capabilities, Samsung has worked on boosting its hardware performance. The Galaxy S26 series is set for release in more than 120 countries, starting with South Korea and the United States on March 11. The White House is signaling that new U.S. tariffs could soon rise beyond the newly imposed 10% global levy. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer said Wednesday that while a 10% tariff is currently in place, some countries could see that rate increase to 15% or higher. Speaking during an interview with Fox Business Network, Greer did not name specific trading partners but said future rates would be in line with tariffs the administration has recently pursued. The comments come after President Donald Trump suffered a setback at the Supreme Court last week when justices struck down his sweeping so-called Liberation Day tariffs introduced last year. In response, Trump announced a new 10% global tariff. North Korea's ruling party has reiterated its unwavering determination to strengthen its nuclear forces and exercise its status as a nuclear weapon state. According to its state media Korean Central News Agency on Thursday, the regime's leader Kim Jong-un expressed its defense policy of bolstering national nuclear capabilities as its strategic line in a report during the 9th Congress of the Workers' Party of Korea. He added that Pyongyang would have no reason to not get along well with Washington if the U.S. respects the regime's status as a nuclear-armed state, and suggested that U.S.-North Korea relations depended entirely on the U.S. attitude. At the same time, Kim described South Korea as the most hostile enemy, dismissing the possibility of dialogue and reaffirming North Korea's two hostile states doctrine toward Seoul. Pyongyang also held a military parade on Wednesday night in connection with the Key Party Congress, which concluded on the same day. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.